Hello and welcome back to my channel. Once again, the place where I review all my new pickups. So let's get straight into this box. Again, it's already open. A few similarities between this video and the last video. I'll get into those in a second. I feel like both videos are reviews of shoes that I've had for ages and have bought a recent retro of, mainly to add some shelf life to both pairs. So here you can see the Jumpman in the special edition box, and that all over black with the print. This is Air Jordan 4 Retro, black, white, anthracite black, and I have gone true to size in a 12. So before we get into the shoes, you can see all of this. I'll wiggle it about a bit, so hopefully the light kind of reflects a bit, and you can see the message there. We'll get into that detail. But basically, this is, oh, I forgot they are both wrapped, singularly wrapped. I'll get them both out. Let's get that off to the side. So here you have the Air Jordan 4 Fear. So this is the 4 from the pack, the 5 here, 3 here, just to show you the other shoes in the pack. And what it is a fairly dark shoe where the gradient on the 4 paneling just gets darker and darker as it gets to the top, and then you have the white on the inside. I'll just remove this for a second. So you have the white patch at the front. And what I found with my 2013 pair, and I think is why they've put this inside, is that the black here on the tongue bleeds onto the white lining on the inside really easily. So I think what I'm gonna do is actually keep this in for, like, always. When I'm not wearing them, I'm just gonna keep this little sleeve in there to stop that happening. Whether it will save them is another question, because I guess it will happen when they're on foot. So, but I mean, it's clear to me that that's the way that they're doing it. So this pair is from the pack. I'll see if I can find the imagery and kind of pop it up somewhere on screen about the Michael Jordan quote, which this was all about, and it was about like it's to do with his opposition and like them fearing him and him only fearing what he doesn't achieve, as opposed to his opponents fearing what he could achieve. So something to that effect. But yeah, as you go through, so you have a lighter grey, a medium grey, and then like a very, very dark grey bordering on black. And the main piece on the shoe, like you have, I'll show it on the inside, like you have with the 3, you have this speckling on the inside. It's almost like a nighttime, looks like a space kind of theme to it. And then on the outside, a lot of this kind of grey colour with the really dark grey / black on the pod, and that toe pod, and then on the Jumpman area. Cool. It's the shoe again, like similar. I was just saying similar to the last video. I'm not going to stand on ceremonies too long. There's tons of these videos out there, just like that black cement piece. And I think with both of them, with the black cements, it was about me buying what I think is an upgrade on the 2018 pair, getting another 6 years worth of life out of that shoe. I'm, as I said, going to sell my 2018s. Hopefully I can get at least retail, if not more, making the 2024 essentially free, whilst getting 6 years of extra life. With this pair, the originals, I'll get them out of the box in a second. They were from 2013, so it's 11 years of extra life. Again, hopefully I can sell them for at least like close to what I paid for these. And then it's, you know, you're injecting 11 years of life back into the collection for as minimal cost as possible. Cool. Okay, I'm going to get the other box. So this is what the box they originally came in, much more kind of quote unquote normal style. And then what we will do is I'll just get one of these out here. Let's get this off to the side. So the original did come with these. They didn't do much. I think the white cement from 2016 is the only other pair that I have still. The Toros had that from 2013, but I've sold mine. But yeah, they didn't do many. Cool, so let's pick the other side. So typical with what we've been seeing on the 3s here, rolled back tongue. You do not see the white pop. They're also much more circular. It's difficult to tell because these are factory choked with the laces. much better shape here. These I always found a bit janky and square. It's a bit odd, but the other thing also is the color difference. So the lightest gray on the 2013 in my right hand on your left side is a bit lighter of a gray. So this bottom panel here, the middle gray is kind of comparable. Again, a little bit lighter. So I think the two bottom colors on the new pair are definitely slightly darker. Not much you can tell from the back. It looks pretty similar. I think the laces and the paneling all looks pretty similar in terms of colors. Once you come up from those top two colors, you can see some of the age here in this front piece where it started to kind of almost yellow a little bit. Yeah, outside of that, I would say the only real thing that I've noticed as I've been just holding these in hand is the size of this panel. This side panel here is much more spacious and big, as opposed to this being much smaller. So I'll see if I can get a photograph of them side by side and just like put it up on the sides. But I think that's like my only qualm with it really is the netting. The netting panels are really small, but I think Jordan Brand have been doing that for a little while now. Again, I'll shoot an image in, but the toe box is much improved on this new pair. It's much sleeker. It's less kind of a cliff. The materials, they feel very similar. I've seen a few videos on YouTube where they're saying the old one is much more plush. I don't think they are. I don't feel that at all. You can see they're thinner from the front. Kind of narrowed down the silhouette like they've done with the threes again. But yeah, I think it's a pretty well done retro. Unless you end up with a pair that's got some like obvious issues from the factory and you have to send it back, I would say for me, I'm not going to buy the fives. I don't have any fives. I've never, my feet are so big that as a 12, I just find 12s look like fives look like astronaut boots on me. I have owned some in the past, like the sixes, but I've always ended up just selling them. But with this, I think with the fours, I'm going to keep this 2024 pair. I'm not going to send it back, and I am going to sell these. Going back to a video I did last year, I picked up 2 or 3 pairs of the Fear 3s, sent all of them back. Just couldn't get a pair that was even close to my 2013s. And once I'd get them out the box and I'd think, okay, this is not too bad, and then I'll just hold them next to the 2013s and they just look awful in comparison. So I'm going to stick with my 13s for the Fear 3s, and I'm going to upgrade to the 2024 and get rid of these guys. I was worried, I would say, because of that experience with the 3s. I was worried I was going to have the same experience with the 4s, but luckily that was not the case. Cool, so I'm going to shoot some B-roll up on screen, which should be showing now. I realized I totally forgot to do any on foot with the Black Cement 3s, so apologies for that. I was so happy to have them in the collection and replace the 2018 that I, as I've said multiple times, didn't really like a huge amount, that I totally forgot. Cool. Okay, so that is the imagery. Like I always do after this video, I will go away and find some matching and some contrasting clothing to wear with them. I'm going to need to relace them and do a bunch of other stuff too. Cool. So a score out of 10, like I've been doing. I will give these an 8.25. I think 8.25 is a good score for them. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased. As I say, the only downside is that the paneling, and I do actually think once they've been worn a few times and the material kind of straightens up like this, the paneling shouldn't look as kind of small and weird as it does, but it's a first world issue. Cool. The one thing I have forgotten here is the insoles on the 2013. It's a special edition insole. You just get black with these, much like with the 3s, and I think next year with the 5s they'll probably do. Cool. And then fit of the day. So I have on the turbo, not the turbo greens, I always do this, the Hyper Royal Jordan 1s from a fair few years ago now, the Rust Koala cargo pants, this cement 021 long sleeve t-shirt. So yeah, that's the fit. So yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed watching this. Another video I've really enjoyed making. That's it from me. Over and out.